Darling, y'all see my Mariah cup? Isn't that adorable? So cute. Different quotes and stuff. I love. That's my favorite picture down there. Just super cute. Actually, just got it. So, shouts out to all the Lamley across the world, by the way. Real Housewives of Potomac. You know, Candace, I hope you realize that Giselle only supported you so much last season with the whole Monique thing because she just couldn't stand Monique. And she was jealous of Monique. And, you know, she's cool with you because I'm sure she likes you, but, you know, for some reason there's this thing on this show where everybody kind of wants to be friends with Giselle, it seems, and it just needs to stop. Because Giselle is not going to stop her foolishness or realize the true error of her ways until everybody stands up against her and read her fully. And the main person that needs to do that is Robin. And although Candace has taken a more laid back role this season, a more middleman kind of route, she's still on the Bravo after show, the Real Housewives of Potomac. She still definitely gives Giselle the business, and on Watch What Happens live show with Andy Cohen, she definitely will give it to Giselle when need be. But Giselle is, anyway. How this episode began? So it began with Miss Dorothy. She's in town. She has her own broom, and she is in town to support Candace on her music video shoot that she's doing. And you know, she's there just being Dorothy child, rearranging furniture and telling Candace what to do, how to do it, how to get there, and whoop to whoop, and you know, just being Dorothy child. Let's see. After that, we see Giselle. Giselle is taking her daughter driving. They go into an empty parking lot to drive and stuff. It was a cute scene. The daughter cannot drive. I can definitely relate to that. You know, it was funny seeing it and stuff, and yeah. After that, we see the Grand Dame. The Grand Dame, she is working on her candle line and stuff. She has a 3-wick candle, while Wendy has a 1-wick candle. And I sat there and said to myself, well, this is interesting. Because, and I'm not saying that Wendy created candles, or I'm not saying Wendy was the first one to think of. I'm not saying any of that. But what I am saying is, it's interesting how Wendy came to you with the candle idea, Grand Dame, and then all of a sudden now you coming out with a candle. When are you gonna announce this? It kind of seems like what it looks like from the camera is that Wendy sparked an idea in your mind. And now it's like, oh, maybe I should create a candle. And watch Karen's candle drops before Wendy's candles. Watch. And I'm just like, very strategic. As much as I love the Grand Dame, and as much as the Grand Dame is my favorite on the show, as she is many people's favorite, she's very sneaky and she's calculating. She knows what she's doing. And I do agree with Candace in the sense of the Grand Dame is for the Grand Dame. But at the same time, I can kind of look at it like, well, aren't you supposed to be for yourself on these shows? I mean, it's a reality show. Ultimately, it's cool if y'all are friends, but for the most part, y'all are just co-workers, you know, on TV. And so, you know, so I don't know. It's just, I got my eye on you, Grand Dame. What else is going on? So Mia is having a conversation with her husband, and they're talking, and she decides to bring up Candace randomly, and she's like, Chris is Candace's manager, and remember we tried to do that and it didn't work out, and Candace just needs to get it together, and whoop to whoop. Mia has a way about her when she's talking about people. Um, Certain individuals, she kind of bring it back to her, and she kind of has that Giselle syndrome a little bit, just in general, of, oh, if you have a problem with me, that must mean that you're jealous of me because of how I look. And girl, y'all really too old on the show to think that people are just jealous of y'all all the time because of how y'all look. Like, there's no other reason as to why don't nobody like y'all. I still do like Mia, but I'm seeing some shit in Mia that I don't like, that I don't appreciate. Um, mm-hmm. But we're gonna get on that later. So it was just random that she brought up Chris and Candace. I was like, this, okay. What else? We see Uncle Lump in the family. So we see Uncle Lump, his wife, Ashley's cousin, Ashley's brother, Ashley's mom, and she brought over Dean, the oldest boy. And it was a cute little scene. Ashley decides to tell her family about Michael's new business endeavors, about him being getting into movies, creating on the production side and everything. And Uncle Lump was just looking at her like, child, we so sick of Michael. We all sick of Michael, Uncle Lump. Uncle Lump is my favorite family member out of Ashley's family, including Ashley. And Uncle Lump is the bomb. And, he was just like, child, it's whatever. And, really, it's just, Michael just understand more money, more income. I understand all the benefits of it. But it just seems like it's anything just to not be at home with you, Ashley. Anything to not raise the kids, really. Anything to just, be away from you. He could always use that as an excuse. Oh, I'm out working, I'm out doing this, I'm out doing that. And meanwhile, he's out between somebody's legs. So, I mean, if you like it, Ashley, I love it. I really got nothing to say. We've been talking about the same situation for years, just like we've been talking about Robin and Juan's situation for years. Robin and Juan, they're going to look at different properties, different spaces, trying to get an idea, because apparently her business is really popping off. I still have not seen a hat yet. Now, I don't know. Have y'all seen a hat? Have y'all purchased any of Robin's hats? I'm not really a hat person, mainly because I have a real big head, and so most average size hats don't fit my head. And then, with having hair, which I've had most of my life, I know it's short now. I'm growing it out, but yeah, it just don't really work out for me. So I'm not really a hat person per se. But I mean, I still ain't seen no damn hat. I don't know. I don't understand. Do y'all understand? Because I don't understand. So they're going to look at different properties. Certain things was too high. They get ready to move into their own place. They was talking about bills and mortgages and all that kind of stuff. And then Juan was also like, well, when you think of all the greats, when you think of all the creatives in the world, they just took a chance and they just did it. And I agree. Sometimes you do just have to take a chance and throw yourself out there and see what happens. But, kind of taking a chance is what they did last time. So it's kind of interesting that Juan in particular is telling Robin to all of a sudden just take a chance. Maybe he don't care because it's not his money this time. Maybe that's it. But yeah. Y'all think Juan and Robin gonna make it to the altar? So anyway, what else is happening? So we get to the final scene. So we see Mia pull up first, in her little jeans, her stockings or whatever, looking like a snack. She looked cute. Then we see Giselle pull up, and we're in this empty parking lot. We're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So this was the scene where all the ladies, including Candace's mother, was gonna be in everybody else that's on the set. It was a part of the video. This is where they're gonna do one of their scenes for the video. So they arrive, they show up, and then Wendy shows up too. Everybody had on jeans and stuff and shorts. They look cute. Wendy and Giselle, they spoke to each other, gave a little hug. Giselle had on these shades. She was just like, me and Wendy made amends, but I still got my hater blockers on. And, the whole thing of, oh, you jealous of me. And nobody's jealous. Maybe I just don't like you. Maybe your personality sucks. Maybe you're shady. Maybe you're messy. Maybe you've done some grimy stuff. And it's all kinds of reasons as to why I don't fool with you. And to just think it's just because of your looks and all that kind of stuff. Which is the whole classic, I'm light skinned pretty girl, the dark skinned brown girl have been jealous of me for years, and how many times we gonna hear that shit? And I'm just like, I'm not saying that does not happen sometimes, but what I'm saying is that's not the case all the time, and maybe you're just a bitch. Have you ever thought of that? Maybe you do think you're better than this girl because of colorism, because you're closer to white, and because men big you up, colorist men. So, it's a deep conversation. I'm not going to get into it, but y'all already, those of y'all that know what time it is, y'all know what time it is. Hello. And regardless of how Giselle looks, Giselle's just awful. Giselle's just awful. She's the only one to think that the shit that she do is cute, and think that she can dress, and she just think that her house is fabulous. She think that Giselle's just so. Anyway, Candace finally arrives. Well, who arrives before Candace was Miss Dorothy. They were sitting around, talking or whatever. Mia, she was getting to know her and stuff, and Miss Dorothy, any opportunity she can get to come for Chris, she'll use it. Still. Such a disappointment. Candace, get your mom off the show, for real. She's letting down the fort. So Candace finally comes with the people. Apparently there was supposed to be some cars and stuff there. Chris was not there. The cars was not there for whatever reason. She cleared up later on Watch What Happens Live that it made it seem like it was Chris that dropped the ball, but really it was her team. Her team was supposed to take care of the car situation. They dropped the ball. And Chris, I guess, was they told Chris that they was going to take care of the car situation. So Chris thought that the car situation was going to be a moment and stuff. So anyway, it didn't happen, but I mean, it still worked out fine. So, they're all there, and, they're talking or whatever, having a moment. Robin pulls up, and all of a sudden, randomly, Mia decides to ask Miss Dorothy, is Chris getting paid for being Candace's manager? And I'm just like, so Mia must just be mad about the fact that Candace keep calling her Bigfoot and Sasquatch and stuff. Because where did that come from? How was any of that your business? Wendy and a scholar was over there. As soon as Mia started talking to Dorothy about it, Dorothy's so willing to give up the tea. A scholar and Wendy walked off. They walked over to Giselle and Robin. It was just like, hey, y'all, what's going on? It was just like, child, Mia being messy Mia. Mia asking Dorothy, is Chris getting paid for this? And what all he do and he get paid for and all this kind of stuff. And Giselle was just like, well, I mean, I want to know too. Mia, why don't you come back and tell me, what's going on and stuff. I'm just like, this is very interesting. Because had that been Candace or Wendy or even Karen that was doing the same thing, that would be an issue. That would be taken completely different. But since it's Mia doing it, and since you're working overtime, Giselle, to try to get Mia on your side, and because y'all are sticking together, clicking together, the light-skinned girls are clicking together, and some of y'all even biracial. So it's like, you know, um, y'all are clicking together, and oh yeah, she gonna be on my team because she look like us, and whoop to whoop, it's no problem. And Candace is supposed to be your friend, Giselle and Robin. Y'all been knowing Candace for years now, and you just met Mia. But you're comfortable with that, regardless of Dorothy's just a mess. Dorothy's just a mess. Dorothy's jealous of Candace's relationship. Dorothy thinks she owns Candace, and Dorothy got her own shit going on. She's awful, but with all due respect, she's accomplished. She's intelligent. She's a lovely black woman. She's all those good things. She's created a good life for her kids, which is what she's supposed to do, and that's amazing. I wish more black kids had that upbringing. I'm not talking about nothing about that when it comes to Miss Dorothy, but her mouth she's just like Candace. I'll just say that. But Candace, she does have some coof about her, a lot of coof. She won't indulge certain information. She won't be messy. She may sit back and laugh and stuff, but she's not gonna give it to you unless you give it to her first. Miss Dorothy would just voluntarily give it to you. You don't have to pay her. You don't have to bribe her. You don't have to trick her. Just, oh, you want to know some information? Here you go. That's Dorothy. But yeah, I was just like, that's real interesting. Real interesting. Candace just kind of brushed it off, but she's gonna get her ass next week, and I can't wait. Chris comes in with his apron on. I guess he's a little stressed and a little annoyed that things are not working out how he thought they would, or how the people said that they would have it together. But Karen ended up using her car that she pulled up in, and it ended up working out fine. They had a little dance moment. Everybody was dancing and stuff. That was funny. And it was nice. It was nice. It ended well. Next week is gonna be good. Giselle and Robin have this podcast called Reasonably Shady, and I think Candace has a podcast as well. But anyway, Robin and Giselle are inviting the ladies to, I guess, the podcast, or just a sit down meeting or whatever, and that's just when they're gonna let it all out on the table. They're gonna spill the tea. And just see what happens with that. And Giselle gonna ask, why did you tell Candace about Mia talking to Miss Dorothy, talking about Chris? I'm like, well, ain't that's what she's supposed to do? But if it was somebody talking about you, Giselle, Robin would go and tell you, but that's not a problem. You see, it's the hypocrisy, the underlying colorism, the whole shit with it's just annoying. But I can say, just off the looks of it, from next week's episode, everybody looks beautiful. Especially Candace with that long, slick brown hair, and this little, whatever she had on. Candace looked good, bitch. And Dr. Wendy looked good. They all look good. Giselle looked pretty. And, I can't wait for next week, just to see the looks. They all look really good. But, they got some shit with them, for sure. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google+. Follow me at SKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At SKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chess King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.